Have you ever found yourself wide awake in the middle of the night, staring at the ceiling, feeling frustrated and tired? You're not alone. Many seniors struggle with restless nights, waking up multiple times, and wondering why a good night's sleep seems to slip further away each year. But here's something surprising. It's not just about getting older or drinking too much water before bed. What if the secret to deeper, more restful sleep lies in something as simple as what you drink before bedtime? Sleep problems might feel like a small annoyance, but over time, they quietly chip away at your energy, mood, and even your memory. In this video, I'm going to share an easy, natural drink that many overlook, and why swapping your usual nighttime water for this could change how you sleep forever. Stick around, because your best night's rest might start tonight. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and activate the notification bell to ensure you don't miss any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. As the clock ticks past midnight, you're lying in bed, the house silent except for the faint hum of the refrigerator or the occasional creak of the floorboards. You close your eyes, hoping for sleep, but your mind refuses to settle. Maybe it's the dull ache in your joints, the nagging need to visit the bathroom again, or just a quiet worry about tomorrow, about the grandkids, the bills, or even the world you've watched change over decades. For so many of us over 65, these sleepless nights feel like an unwelcome guest, creeping in more often than we'd like. You've probably told yourself it's just part of getting older, something to accept like gray hair or reading glasses. But what if those restless nights aren't just aging? What if something as simple as what you sip before bed could be quietly sabotaging your sleep, keeping you from the rest you deserve? Let's pause for a moment and think about that. Most of us assume sleeplessness is just what happens when you hit your golden years. We blame creaky knees, a busy mind, or even the way life feels heavier now. But could it be that something as ordinary as drinking a glass of plain water before bed is part of the problem? It sounds surprising, doesn't it? We've all been told to stay hydrated, to keep a water bottle nearby, especially as we age. But that well-meaning habit might be sending you to the bathroom at 2 a.m., jolting you awake just when you're finally drifting off. It's not just about water, though. There's more to why sleep slips through our fingers as we get older, and understanding it can feel like finding the missing piece to a puzzle you've been trying to solve for years. So, why do so many seniors struggle to stay asleep? Let's break it down in a way that feels like we're sitting at the kitchen table, sharing a cup of coffee. First, there's melatonin, that little hormone our bodies make to signal it's time to sleep. When we were younger, maybe raising kids or dancing at summer barbecues, our brains pumped out plenty of melatonin, lulling us into deep, restful slumber. But as we age, that melatonin factory slows down, like an old radio losing its signal. By the time we're over 65, our bodies naturally produce less, making it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. Add to that the physical realities of aging, those chronic aches from arthritis or an old injury that flare up when you're trying to get comfortable. Then there's the bladder, which seems to have a mind of its own, waking you up for yet another trip to the bathroom. And let's not forget the quiet anxieties that creep in at night, worries about health, family, or even just missing the way things used to be. These aren't just random annoyances. They're real, physical, and emotional hurdles that stack up against a good night's rest. Now, let's talk about that glass of water. It's a habit we've all been taught. Drink more water, stay healthy. But for seniors, sipping plain water late in the evening can be a hidden culprit. Your body processes liquids differently now, and that water you drank to stay hydrated might be filling your bladder just as you're trying to sleep, pulling you out of bed at the worst possible moment. It's not that hydration isn't important. It's just that timing and what you drink matter more than we think. The science backs this up. Studies show that frequent nighttime urination, or nocturia, affects up to 80% of seniors, disrupting sleep cycles and leaving you groggy the next day. Combine that with lower melatonin levels and the physical or emotional weight of aging, And it's no wonder you're staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m., wondering why sleep feels like a luxury you can't afford. But here's the good news. You don't have to resign yourself to sleepless nights or rely on sleeping pills that leave you foggy in the morning. There's a gentle, natural solution that's as easy as swapping out that bedtime glass of water for something that helps your body rest. Instead of plain water, try sipping a small glass of Tart cherry juice about 30 minutes before bed. Why Tart cherry juice? It's packed with natural melatonin, the same hormone your body is making less of, helping to reset your sleep clock without any harsh chemicals. It also has anti-inflammatory properties that can ease those nagging aches, letting you settle into bed more comfortably. Unlike water, which can send you running to the bathroom, Tart cherry juice is a small, concentrated dose, about 4 to 6 ounces is enough, that won't overload your bladder. You can find it at any grocery store, from Walmart to your local market, in the juice aisle or even online. Just pour a small glass, sip it slowly while you listen to some soft music or read a favorite book, and let it work its magic. If you prefer it warm, pop it in the microwave for a few seconds. It's like a cozy hug in a glass. The best part? It's safe, natural, and backed by studies showing it can improve sleep duration and quality for seniors, with no side effects for most people. Of course, if you're on medications or have health concerns, check with your doctor, but for many, this simple swap is a game changer. Let me tell you about Margaret, a 68-year-old retired teacher from Minnesota whom I heard about through a friend. Margaret loved her evenings knitting by the fireplace, but sleep was another story. Every night, she'd wake up at least twice, once for the bathroom, once because her arthritis was acting up, and sometimes just because her mind wouldn't quiet down. She tried everything: warm milk, lavender sprays, even cutting out her afternoon coffee. Nothing worked, and she was starting to dread bedtime, feeling like her energy for her grandkids was slipping away. Then she heard about Tart cherry juice from her book club. Skeptical but desperate, she bought a bottle at her local co-op and started drinking a small glass before bed. Within a few nights, she noticed a difference. She was waking up less, sleeping deeper, and feeling more like her old self in the morning. Now she swears by it, saying it's like rediscovering the kind of sleep she had back when she was grading papers late into the night. Margaret's story isn't unique. Research shows that Tart cherry juice can boost melatonin levels and reduce inflammation, helping seniors like her reclaim their rest. You might be thinking, could something this simple work for me? And I get it. It's easy to feel like you've tried everything, from counting sheep to those late-night infomercial gadgets. But your body isn't broken, and you're not doomed to sleepless nights just because you're over 65. You've spent a lifetime taking care of others, your family, your home, your community. Now it's time to take care of you. This small change, swapping water for Tart cherry juice, is like permitting yourself to rest deeply again, to wake up feeling ready for a morning walk, a game of cards with friends, or just savoring your coffee on the porch while the world wakes up. It's not about overhauling your life. It's about one gentle step that fits right into your routine. So tonight, when you're winding down, maybe with some Nat King Cole playing softly or a photo of your loved ones nearby, pour that small glass of Tart cherry juice. Give it a try for a week, and see how it feels to drift into the kind of sleep that makes your days brighter. You deserve those peaceful nights, and they're closer than you think. This simple swap isn't just about sleep. It's about reclaiming the energy and joy that make your golden years truly golden. You've earned the right to rest well, to wake up feeling like you again, ready to laugh with your grandkids or share stories at the senior center. So, don't let another night pass staring at the ceiling. Grab that bottle of Tart cherry juice, sip it slowly, and let it carry you back to the kind of sleep that feels like coming home. You've got this, and I'm rooting for you every step of the way. As the evening settles in and you're winding down, maybe flipping through an old photo album or listening to the soft hum of crickets outside your window, you might reach for a glass of water, thinking it's the healthiest choice before bed. It's a habit we've all grown up with, something as American as apple pie or a Sunday drive. But for so many seniors, those late-night sips of plain water lead to one thing: a 2 a.m. trip to the bathroom, jarring you awake just when you're finally drifting off. You lie there afterward, staring at the ceiling, wondering why sleep feels like a distant memory from the days when you could doze off on the couch watching I Love Lucy. It's frustrating, isn't it? You're not alone. Millions of us over 65 know that feeling all too well, that quiet ache for a full night's rest. But what if the problem isn't just aging or a fussy bladder? What if swapping that plain water for a soothing, natural drink could lull you into the deep, restful sleep you've been craving? Let's challenge the idea that water is always the best bedtime drink. We've all been told to stay hydrated, as if a tall glass of water is the answer to everything. But for seniors, that advice can backfire, filling your bladder and waking you up just when you're settling into a dream about your old fishing spot or your grandkids' graduation. What if, instead of water, you sip something that not only hydrates but also calms your body and mind, setting the stage for sleep like a warm blanket on a chilly night? The answer isn't some fancy elixir or expensive supplement. It's a simple, comforting drink you can make in your kitchen. Warm milk with a touch of honey. This isn't just an old wives' tale your grandma might have sworn by. It's a gentle, science-backed way to help you sleep better, and it's as easy as pouring a cup of coffee in the morning. So, why does warm milk with honey work so well? Let's break it down like we're chatting over a slice of pie at the diner. Milk contains tryptophan, a natural amino acid that's like a gentle nudge to your brain, saying, it's time to rest. Tryptophan helps your body produce serotonin, which then turns into melatonin, the hormone that regulates your sleep cycle. Remember how we talked about melatonin slowing down as we age, like an old clock that needs winding? A small glass of warm milk gives your body a boost of tryptophan to help make up for that natural drop. The warmth of the milk is key too. It soothes your digestive system and feels like a cozy ritual, signaling to your body that bedtime is near. Now, add a teaspoon of honey, and you've got a little extra magic. Honey gently stabilizes your blood sugar, preventing those middle-of-the-night spikes that can jolt you awake. It also adds a touch of sweetness that makes the drink feel like a treat, not a chore. Together, warm milk and honey are like a lullaby in a mug, calming your nervous system and easing you into sleep without overloading your bladder the way plain water can. Why is this better than water? Think about it. Water is great for staying hydrated during the day, but at night, it's like filling up your car's gas tank right before parking it in the garage. It sits there, waiting to pull you out of bed for a bathroom trip. Studies show that up to 80% of seniors deal with nocturia, frequent nighttime urination, which disrupts sleep cycles and leaves you groggy. Warm milk with honey, on the other hand, is a small, concentrated dose. About 6 ounces is plenty, so it hydrates just enough without sending you running to the bathroom. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Plus, it's packed with those sleep-promoting nutrients that water simply doesn't have. Unlike sleeping pills, which can leave you feeling foggy or dependent, this drink is natural, gentle, and safe for most people. It's also affordable. You've probably got milk and honey in your kitchen already. And if you're worried about dairy, you can swap in a plant-based milk like almond or oat milk. Just check with your doctor if you have specific health concerns. Here's how easy it is to make this part of your evening. About 30 minutes before bed, pour 6 ounces of milk into a small saucepan or microwave-safe mug. Heat it gently until it's warm, not hot. Think of the temperature of a cozy bath. Stir in a teaspoon of honey, just enough to add a hint of sweetness. If you like, add a tiny pinch of cinnamon for extra comfort. It's like wrapping yourself in a warm memory of holiday baking. Sip it slowly while you're winding down. Maybe while reading a favorite book, listening to some soft Sinatra, or just gazing out at the stars. Keep it simple. There's no need for fancy equipment or complicated steps. You can find milk and honey at any grocery store, from your local Kroger to Walmart, and it costs less than a cup of coffee at the diner. Make it a ritual, like brushing your teeth or saying a quiet prayer before bed, and give it a week to see how your sleep transforms. Let me tell you about John, a 71-year-old retired mechanic from Tennessee whom I heard about through a friend at church. John used to love his evenings tinkering in his garage or watching baseball with his wife. But sleep was a battle. He'd drink a big glass of water before bed, thinking it was the healthy thing to do, but he'd wake up 3 times a night to use the bathroom. His arthritis didn't help, either. Those aches kept him tossing and turning. He was starting to feel like his old self was slipping away, too tired to enjoy his morning walks or play catch with his grandson. Then his daughter suggested warm milk with honey, something her grandma used to make. John was skeptical. After all, he'd tried teas, pillows, even white noise machines. But one night, he heated some milk, stirred in a little honey, and sipped it while watching the sunset. That night, he slept 6 hours straight for the first time in years. Now, it's his nightly ritual, and he says it's like rediscovering the peace of his childhood farm days. Research backs John's experience. Studies, like one from the Journal of Medicinal Food, show that milk and honey can improve sleep quality in older adults by boosting melatonin and reducing nighttime disturbances. Now, I know you might be thinking, is this going to work for me? You've probably tried everything under the sun. Counting sheep, lavender sprays, maybe even those late-night TV gadgets promising miracles. But you're not broken, and you don't have to accept sleepless nights as your new normal. You've spent a lifetime building a home, raising a family, maybe serving your community or country. You deserve to rest deeply, to wake up feeling ready to enjoy a pancake breakfast or a chat with your neighbors. This isn't about turning your life upside down. It's about a small, comforting change that fits right into your evening, like slipping on your favorite sweater. So tonight, when you're ready to wind down, maybe with the glow of a lamp or the soft strum of Johnny Cash in the background, heat that milk, stir in a touch of honey, and take a sip. Let it carry you back to the kind of sleep that feels like a warm embrace. Try it for a week, and see how it feels to wake up refreshed, ready to savor your golden years. You've got this, and I'm cheering you on every step of the way. Picture yourself in the quiet of the evening, the day winding down like a soft summer sunset over a Midwestern cornfield. The house is still, maybe with the faint glow of a lamp casting shadows on the walls, or the familiar creak of your favorite rocking chair as you settle in with a good book or the evening news. You're ready for bed, hoping for one of those rare, deep sleeps that leaves you feeling like you're 20 years younger. Back when you could doze off after a long day of gardening or chasing the grandkids around the backyard. But as you reach for that glass of water on the nightstand, a habit as old as your trusty rotary phone, you might not realize it's part of what's keeping you up. For so many of us over 65, those nighttime trips to the bathroom or restless hours staring at the ceiling feel like just another part of aging. We shrug it off, thinking it's normal, like creaky joints or needing stronger glasses. But what if the secret to better sleep isn't about overhauling your life or popping pills, but something as simple as swapping that water for a soothing, homemade drink? Let's turn that idea on its head for a moment. We've all been told to drink water before bed. Stay hydrated, stay healthy, right? It's practically gospel, something your doctor, your kids, even those health magazines at the grocery checkout, preach. But what if that well-meaning glass of water is the culprit behind those 2 a.m. bathroom runs that jolt you awake, leaving you tossing and turning until dawn? What if, instead of plain water, you sip something that not only quenches your thirst but also calms your body, eases your mind, and helps you drift into the kind of sleep you remember from those long-ago nights after a family barbecue or a quiet evening by the fireplace? The solution isn't some fancy potion or expensive supplement you see on late-night TV. It's a warm, comforting drink you can make right in your kitchen, using ingredients you probably already have. It's so simple it feels like something your grandma might have whipped up, and it's backed by science to help you sleep like you deserve. So, why does something as ordinary as a bedtime drink matter so much? Let's sit down, like we're sharing a slice of pie at the kitchen table, and talk about it. As we age, our bodies change in ways that make sleep trickier. That melatonin hormone, the one that used to lull you into dreamland after a day of work or play, doesn't flow as freely now. It's like an old radio station fading out. Your bladder, too, isn't as cooperative as it once was, waking you up for bathroom trips that break your sleep cycle. Add in the aches from arthritis or the quiet worries that creep in at night, about your health, your family, or just the world moving faster than it used to, and it's no wonder sleep feels like a luxury. Plain water, while great for keeping you hydrated during the day, can fill your bladder too much at night, especially since our bodies process liquids differently now. Studies show that up to 80% of seniors deal with nocturia, or frequent nighttime urination, which disrupts the deep, restorative sleep you need to feel refreshed. But a drink like warm water with honey and lemon doesn't just hydrate, it works with your body to calm it, stabilize it, and set the stage for rest. Here's the good news. You don't need to be a chef or a scientist to make this work. The drink I'm talking about is warm water with a touch of honey and a slice of lemon. A simple, comforting blend that's as easy to make as your morning coffee. About 30 minutes before bed, when you're starting to wind down. Maybe after watching Wheel of Fortune or flipping through an old photo album, here's what you do. Grab a mug, something cozy like the one you use for tea on chilly mornings. Fill it with about 6 to 8 ounces of warm water. Not boiling, just warm enough to feel soothing, like a gentle hug. Stir in a teaspoon of raw honey, letting it melt into the water until it's just sweet enough to taste like a treat. Then, squeeze in a thin slice of lemon, or add a teaspoon of fresh lemon juice if you prefer. The honey helps keep your blood sugar steady, preventing those nighttime spikes that can wake you up, while the lemon soothes your digestive system, calming any late-night heartburn or discomfort. Together, they create a drink that's not just hydrating but calming, helping your body ease into sleep without overloading your bladder. Unlike water, which can send you to the bathroom at 3 a.m., this small serving, half a cup to a cup is plenty, keeps things balanced. If you're not a fan of honey and lemon, or you want to mix it up, you can try chamomile tea instead. It's just as simple. Take a chamomile tea bag, pop it into a mug of warm water, and let it steep for about 5 minutes. Let it cool slightly so it's comfortable to sip, and enjoy it slowly, maybe while listening to some soft music like Nat King Cole or reading a favorite mystery novel. Chamomile has natural compounds called flavonoids that calm your nervous system, acting like a gentle lullaby for your brain. Studies, like one from the Journal of Clinical Nursing, show that chamomile can improve sleep quality in older adults, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. Both options, honey lemon water or chamomile tea, are affordable, easy to find at any grocery store like Kroger or Walmart, and safe for most people. If you have diabetes, allergies, or take medications, check with your doctor first, just to be sure. But for most of us, these drinks are as gentle as a summer breeze and just as comforting. Let me tell you about Helen, a 69-year-old grandmother from Ohio whom I heard about through a friend at the senior center. Helen used to love her evenings knitting scarves for her grandkids or watching old westerns with her husband. But sleep was her enemy. Every night, she'd drink a big glass of water before bed, thinking it was the healthy thing to do, only to wake up 2 or 3 times to use the bathroom. Her arthritis made getting back to sleep a chore, and she was starting to feel like her days were slipping away, too tired to enjoy her garden or play hide-and-seek with her granddaughters. She'd tried everything, melatonin pills, lavender candles, even a new mattress, but nothing worked. Then, at a church potluck, a friend mentioned warm water with honey and lemon, something her mother used to make. Helen was skeptical but gave it a try. She started sipping a small mug about 30 minutes before bed, right after her evening prayers. Within a few nights, she was waking up less, sleeping deeper, and feeling like her old self again. Now, she keeps a jar of honey and a lemon on her counter, calling it her sleep potion. Helen's story isn't just a feel-good tale. Research supports it, showing that honey and lemon can stabilize blood sugar and reduce inflammation, while chamomile's calming effects help seniors sleep better. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Now, I know you might be wondering if something this simple can make a difference. You've probably tried all sorts of remedies, warm baths, white noise machines, maybe even those late-night infomercial gadgets that promise miracles. It's easy to feel like sleepless nights are just part of being over 65, like you're supposed to accept them the way you accept bifocals or a slower walk. But you're not broken, and you don't have to settle for restless nights that steal the joy from your days. You've spent a lifetime taking care of others, raising families, working hard, maybe volunteering at the community center or church. Now it's time to take care of you. This isn't about turning your life upside down or spending a fortune. It's about a small, cozy ritual, pouring a mug of warm water with honey and lemon or brewing a cup of chamomile tea that fits right into your evening, like slipping into your favorite slippers. It's about permitting yourself to rest deeply, to wake up feeling ready for a morning walk through the neighborhood, a game of bridge with friends, or just savoring your coffee while the birds sing outside. So tonight, as you're winding down, maybe with the soft glow of a lamp or the hum of an old radio playing Johnny Cash, try this. Heat that water, stir in a teaspoon of honey, add a squeeze of lemon, or brew a cup of chamomile tea. Sip it slowly, let it warm you from the inside out, and feel your body start to relax. Keep it simple. Just 6 to 8 ounces, about half a cup to a cup, so you're not up all night. Make it a ritual, like saying goodnight to your loved ones or flipping through an old family album. Try it for a week, and see how it feels to drift into the kind of sleep that makes you feel like you again. Ready to laugh with your grandkids, tend to your roses, or just enjoy the quiet beauty of your golden years. You've earned those peaceful nights, and they're closer than you think. I'm rooting for you, and I know you can do this. As the evening settles over your home, the world outside growing quiet, you might find yourself longing for the kind of sleep that used to come so easily. Back when you drift off after a day of tending the garden, playing cards with neighbors, or watching the kids chase fireflies in the backyard. Now, as a senior over 65, those restful nights can feel like a faded memory, replaced by restless hours, waking up to the hum of the refrigerator or the ache of an old injury. You might sip your water, adjust your pillow, and hope for the best, thinking sleeplessness is just part of getting older, like needing a sweater on a cool spring morning. It's easy to shrug it off, to assume this is how it's supposed to be. But what if those sleepless nights aren't just a fact of life? What if a few simple, comforting habits, ones that fit right into your daily routine, could help you reclaim the deep, restorative sleep you deserve? Let's flip that assumption for a moment. We've all heard that aging means accepting certain things, slower steps, a few more wrinkles, maybe less energy. But what if poor sleep isn't something you have to live with? What if, instead of tossing and turning, you could create a nightly rhythm that feels like slipping into a favorite armchair, helping your body and mind ease into rest? Beyond swapping your bedtime water for a soothing drink like warm milk with honey, there are other gentle habits, small, everyday tweaks, that can make a big difference. These aren't complicated rules or expensive fixes. They're the kind of practical, homey practices that feel like something your parents or grandparents might have done, backed by science to help you sleep like you did in those carefree days of summer barbecues or quiet evenings by the radio. Let's talk about why these habits matter, as if we're sitting on the porch with a cup of tea, watching the sunset. Sleep isn't just about closing your eyes. It's about giving your body and mind a chance to recharge, so you can wake up ready to enjoy your morning coffee, a walk through the park, or a visit with your grandkids. As we age, our sleep patterns shift. That melatonin hormone, which is used to lull us into dreamland, dwindles, like a battery running low in an old flashlight. Our bodies also become more sensitive to disruptions. Bright lights, a noisy neighbor, or even a late cup of coffee can throw things off. Studies, like those from the National Sleep Foundation, show that seniors often struggle with lighter, fragmented sleep, waking up more often, and feeling less refreshed. But the good news is that your environment, your daily habits, and how you wind down can work together to create a sleep-friendly rhythm, like setting the stage for a peaceful night. These small changes don't just help you sleep, they help you feel more like yourself, ready to savor the moments that make your golden years shine. So, what are these simple habits, and how can you weave them into your life? First, let's start with your bedroom, the place where sleep begins. Think of it as your sanctuary, a cozy corner of the world where you can let go of the day. Keep your room cool. Around 65 degrees Fahrenheit is ideal, according to sleep experts. because a cooler temperature mimics the natural drop in your body's core temperature as it prepares for rest. It's like stepping into a crisp autumn evening, refreshing and calming. Make it dark too. Use blackout curtains or a simple sleep mask to block out streetlights or early morning sun. And keep it quiet. If you live near a busy road or have a noisy heater, consider a white noise machine or even a small fan to create a soothing hum. These tweaks don't require a big budget, just a few adjustments, like cracking a window for a breeze or tucking an extra blanket at the foot of the bed for comfort. Next, let's talk about winding down, that gentle transition from the busyness of the day to the calm of night. Instead of watching the late news, with its flashing headlines, or scrolling through your phone, try a routine that feels like a warm hug. About an hour before bed, dim the lights and pick up a favorite book. Maybe a classic like To Kill a Mockingbird or a light mystery you've been saving. If reading isn't your thing, put on some soft music. Think Ella Fitzgerald or the gentle strums of a country ballad. You could also try a simple breathing exercise. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, and exhale for 6. It's like counting the stars, slow and steady, calming your mind without any effort. These rituals signal to your brain that it's time to rest, like turning the page to a quieter chapter. Research from the Journal of Sleep Research shows that a consistent wind-down routine can reduce nighttime anxiety and improve sleep quality in older adults, helping you drift off faster. Another key habit is watching what you eat and drink as the day winds down. That afternoon coffee at the diner or a glass of wine with dinner might feel harmless, but caffeine and alcohol can linger in your system, keeping you wired when you want to be relaxed. Try to skip coffee or tea after 2 p.m., and if you enjoy a drink, have it earlier in the evening. Maybe with a light supper instead of right before bed. Heavy meals, like a big plate of lasagna or fried chicken, can also disrupt sleep by causing indigestion or heartburn, especially if you're dealing with acid reflux, which is common for seniors. Instead, opt for a lighter dinner. Maybe a bowl of soup or a turkey sandwich, eaten at least 2 to 3 hours before bed. These choices keep your body comfortable, letting it focus on rest instead of digestion. Studies, like one from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, suggest that avoiding stimulants and heavy foods in the evening can significantly improve sleep duration and quality for older adults. Finally, let's not forget the power of gentle movement during the day. You don't need to run a marathon or join a gym. Think of a leisurely walk around the block, like you used to do after supper in the old neighborhood. A 20-minute stroll in the morning or late afternoon, maybe waving to neighbors or noticing the flowers blooming, can tire your body just enough to crave rest at night. If walking isn't your thing, try some light stretching or chair yoga at home, following along with a video or just moving to your favorite tunes. Exercise boosts serotonin, a feel-good chemical that helps regulate sleep, and studies show that regular, gentle movement can reduce nighttime wake-ups by up to 30% in seniors. It's like giving your body a gentle nudge to remember how to rest deeply. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Let me share a story about Dorothy, a 72-year-old widow from Georgia whom I heard about through a friend at church. Dorothy used to love her evenings knitting by the window, watching the sunset over her small garden. But sleep was a struggle. She'd wake up every few hours, her mind racing or her body restless, and she'd feel too tired to enjoy her book club or bake cookies with her grandkids. She thought it was just her age until a neighbor suggested a few simple changes. Dorothy started keeping her bedroom cooler with a small fan, swapped her late-night TV for a half hour of reading and of Green Gables, and cut out her evening sweet tea. She also began taking short walks around her cul-de-sac each morning, humming old hymns as she went. Within a couple of weeks, she was sleeping through the night, waking up with energy she hadn't felt in years. Now, she calls her evening routine her sleep recipe, and she's back to baking her famous pecan pies for the church potluck. You might be thinking, can these little changes help me? I get it. After years of trying everything from warm baths to fancy pillows, it's easy to feel like good sleep is out of reach. But you're not stuck, and you don't have to accept restless nights as your new normal. You've spent a lifetime building memories. raising families, working hard, maybe dancing at a wedding or two. You deserve to wake up feeling refreshed, ready to enjoy a sunny morning or a quiet chat with a friend. These habits, keeping your room cool and dark, winding down with a book or soft music, skipping late caffeine or heavy meals, and adding a gentle walk, aren't about reinventing your life. They're small, comforting steps, like stirring sugar into your coffee, that fit right into your day. So tonight, dim the lights, put on some soft tunes, maybe take a short stroll earlier in the day, and create a space where sleep feels like coming home. Try it for a week, and see how it feels to wake up ready to embrace your golden years. You've got this, and I'm cheering you on every step of the way. As the stars come out and you settle into the quiet of your evening, perhaps with the soft glow of a lamp or the gentle hum of an old radio playing a favorite tune, it's time to reclaim the kind of sleep that makes your mornings feel like a gift. You've worked hard your whole life, raising families, tending to your community, building a legacy of love and memories across America's heartland. Those sleepless nights, the ones where you're staring at the ceiling or padding to the bathroom at 3 a.m., don't have to define your golden years. What if the secret to deep, restful sleep is as simple as swapping that glass of water for a warm mug of milk with honey, paired with a cool, quiet bedroom and a soothing wind-down routine? These aren't just tips. They're an invitation to care for yourself, to rediscover the peace of nights spent dreaming of Sunday drives or your grandkids' laughter. In this video, we've shared how a small, science-backed drink and a few gentle habits can transform your nights, helping you wake up ready to savor a morning walk, a chat with a friend, or a quiet moment with your coffee. You deserve that energy, that joy. So tonight, try it. Stir a teaspoon of honey into warm milk, dim the lights, and let yourself ease into rest. Share your story in the comments. It might inspire someone else to find their sleep again. Subscribe for more ways to make your golden years shine, because you've earned every peaceful night and vibrant day. Here's to sleeping deeply and living fully. You've got this, and I'm rooting for you.